Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I think just in Bianca is just trying to make sure that we stay on time. She didn't quite introduce us all, but I'm Kate, by the way. So I'm the head of graphics, and I will be taking graphics and web. So I lecture in web as well. So I've got all the knowledge that you hopefully that you that you need. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes for some more people, see if anybody else wants to join us. Otherwise, then we can just start chatting. I'm not going to do a formal presentation. I don't think it's necessary, but if there is something we want to talk about, I've got a whole bunch of resources on hand and we can open those up. But welcome. Let's see if anybody else pops in. Okay, I'm going to start. And then if anybody comes in, they can just kind of join us wherever we are. So hi, I'm Kate. I am the head of the graphics department. I am also a lecturer in the web department. I do UI, so user interface design there. And I'm going to take any questions you might have about either one of those topics. Like I said, I don't feel it's necessary for us to do a formal presentation, but I do have resources on hand should we need to discuss or talk about anything. I want to get rid of this virtual background though. It's not working for me. Let me just get rid of it for a second. So, okay, here we go. That's better. It's weird seeing like the logo bump into my face. Hi. Okay. So what we really suggest people do or students do is do the graphic design and web design courses. Unfortunately, you can't do them at the same time, but one after the other is a good idea. And whether you do web or graphics first doesn't really matter, but it is quite a nice thing to start off with graphics because we teach you all the fundamentals of design and we spend a lot of time working on those. So whether you decide to do graphics and then do web or concept art, our graphics course is like the great foundational course. The course also includes we do a live project where we work with a client. So that gets you sort of that experience of working one-on-one with a client. We cover all of the fundamentals as well as all of the industries within graphic design. So everything from packaging to branding to marketing to campaign work. And then we also do one of my favorite courses is professional practice, where we teach the guys everything, or potentially you, everything to do with the business side of design. So how to make sure that your portfolio is good, how to make sure your CV is good, getting a business card together, understanding the fundamentals of how to quote, how to invoice, how to work with clients, how to communicate. So that's all covered in the graphics course. And so that's why we always suggest come do graphics first, and then you can kind of move on to whatever other industry you're excited about. The web course is also like it starts with the fundamentals and we get you like quite far into a lot of the coding. So you'll start off with doing UX, so user experience design, which is all about researching and understanding users and what the best way is to communicate to a client, as well as like anything to do with functionality. We do UI with you guys, which is making the page essentially, or the website or online platform pretty. So how to design for that. And then we move on to HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We also go into WordPress and a lot of cool projects around that. Responsive is also in there. And at the end of that year, again, you put together a portfolio, which you can then obviously go out and grab the job that you want. All right, so that's kind of like the intro I always like to give. But do you guys have any questions? Is there anything in particular you want to know, or is it something you would like me to elaborate more on? I think often I get asked a lot about the application process and how that works. So just feel free, turn your video on, microphones on. We can just be much more free in here. We don't need to keep it too strict. Any questions?
Hi.
Hi, who am I speaking to?
Katie.
Hi, Katie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I would also like to know a lot more about the application process.
Great stuff. So I'm not sure if Bianca mentioned this. So each course has obviously an application form that you need to fill in. The requirements from an administrative point of view are you need to send us a copy of your ID and a copy of your matric certificates, as well as you need to fill out the form. Along with that, though, is each course has an application requirements. So these are short little exercises that really help us get to know who you are as a person and an individual, as well as sort of test like where your not necessarily creative levels are, but your thinking and your problem solving. And those are the sort of the criteria that we not judge, but look at in terms of how we accept you. We don't, well, depending on your application, if we feel like you're a strong applicant, we will simply send you an application acceptance letter. If we feel like we need to get you more, if we weren't quite sure about your level, then we will ask you to come in for an interview. The application requirements are at the back of the application form. And so you just have to have a look at it. You can just simply pop us an email or head over to our website to download it. There's lots of buttons there for you to do that. Let me just read this chat quickly. For the application, could I include my photography website before? You can absolutely just put a link up there. No problem at all. Just give us somewhere in your application, send us the link and we can go have a look. You don't have to send us individual photos. It's probably easier that way as well. In terms of, it does ask you to send in a couple of portfolio images. When we say portfolio images, this can be anything. So if you are into baking right now and you're making these beautiful cakes, send me some photos of those cakes. If you've got a great Instagram account, send me the link to your Instagram account for me to go have a look at. If you're building sandcastles, I don't really care what you're doing. It's not really so much about what it is, but more for me to be like, hey, like, how do you creatively think? What is like your thought process? And just sort of get to know you a bit better, because it is, these are all 1-year courses. So I'm not going to lie, it is intense. It's a lot of hard work. And the more I know you, or the more we know you, the better it is, because it is a lot of us working one-on-one. There's a lot of, it feels more to me as if you're doing some sort of like internship. So you'll see that the lecturers will treat you more like a peer or someone in the workplace versus a student. And we really, really encourage things like everybody in my class has my cell phone number. And so at any point you can message me about something and I will get back to you as soon as I can. It might be out having dinner, but I'll pop you a message and be like, give me 5 minutes, I'll have a look at your work. It's really important that both you and I like really immerse ourselves into the year, so that at the end of the year, you reach the level that we want you to be at, because we want you to be industry ready. We want you to step out of the store after 1 year and go into a job as a junior, whatever, and really be able to perform. So it is a lot of making sure that we get to know you, understand you, and can work with you. So we always look at how people learn, and everybody obviously learns differently, and how we can best make sure that you get what you need out of the course. Sorry, I feel like I'm just talking a lot today. Apologies. Katie.
Also,
yes.
like what you said, like with the portfolio pictures, would it be possible, like does it count? Because I'm very into dance, so I like making up like my own dances kind of thing. Would that count?
Why not?
Well?
I've never had an application like that. Please feel free.
Thank you.
That's very cool. Anyone else? Is it Sarah or Sarah? Scouts? Amara? Anything you guys want to, you're more than welcome to throw it in the chat if you're not feeling Like you want to say it out loud? No? Okay. If there is anything that you're unsure about, you're more than welcome to email me. And I will answer any of your questions. Obviously, one of the nicer things to do is to be able to come onto our campus and have a look at what the campus looks like and to see some of the work that the students are producing. So unfortunately, until hopefully this level 4 is lifted, which perhaps could be on Sunday, we will open the campus up and we can do personal tours. So you can just pop me an email and say, I'd like to come have a look. And I'll make the time to walk around and chat to you, and we can do a little bit more of a one-on-one. I'm very happy to do that. Otherwise, you can see a lot of the students' work on our Instagram and Facebook, as well as on our websites. You'll definitely get a better sense of what the students are doing right now if you follow us on our Instagram accounts. I'm just going to grab that for you in case you're not sure what it is. I personally don't know what it is off by heart, so give me a second. But there's my email address, should you... So this is the Instagram handle, Academy_Digital_Arts. Academy Digital Arts. Did I spell that right? Yes. Okay. I'm thinking of some questions, but I have a lot of info already because my best friend is at ADA.
And can you say what?
How is your best friend? Okay, well, let me know. I'd love to, that would be super cool. Oh, Daniela, concept art. Oh, great, cool. That's very awesome. Yeah, we obviously, like Bianca said, we are a small campus, which I think is definitely a pro. We have a lot more cross course integration. And because our campus is smaller, you get to know a lot of people in the different courses, which is really, I think, fun and beneficial for you as a creative, because one day you will be working with these individuals within your industries. What's happening really in the digital world is whether you're doing game concepts, graphics, or web, because there's so many platforms, there's so much more integration that you end up working with people you never thought you would work with. At the moment, currently, I'm working on a Loud Rabbits project where we are integrating some game experiences with a website. So my job is to do the UI, so the user interface, but I'm now working with some of Lars's students and peers to create the games that are going to eventually end up on the websites. So it's definitely much more cross-pollination than it ever was before. I mean, I never thought I'd be working with game developers in my life. So it's a nice thing to be in a creative campus experience where you get to meet and talk to people who are doing other creative skills. But I really hope that we can open up the doors soon and you can come have a look at the classrooms. And I think also when you're in the campus, you get a better sense of whether or not it is the right place for you. I'm not really supposed to say this in terms of like we're supposed to be sales, but I think it's really, really important that when you do, my best piece of advice, because I made this mistake, was really make sure that you visit all the campuses that you're interested in and that you speak to a lot of people. You really want to make sure that you find the right place to learn and grow in. That's really, really important. I made that mistake and I spent 2 years of just not enjoying the space that I was in. And I wish I'd actually spent more time figuring out where I wanted to be. I feel like it comes from both sides. So not only is a academy or college or whatever school, university choosing you, but you're also choosing them. So make sure it's the right place for you. and make sure it's the kind of place that's going to nurture and grow you, even if it's not the academy. So wherever that is for you, that's like my biggest piece of advice. Okay, do you guys offer bursaries? If not, what's the cost of the fees and can you pay it off in installments? Okay, so we do have a couple of different options. So we have a exceptional skills scholarship, which is 100% paid scholarship. It is sponsored by the academy itself. And really that scholarship is about if you are exceptionally skilled. So if you are doing some really, really amazing work at the moment, no matter what it is, send in that application, and then we'll have a look and see if we think that you are deserving of it. So it's 100% all paid up. The one thing that does come with with receiving that scholarship is you have to maintain an average of 70% for the entire year. So not necessarily that you have to have 70% for every single brief, but as an overall average. So that's quite important. So essentially why it's called the exceptional skills. We do have a couple of bursary options. The only thing is our bursaries are sponsored by corporates, so they're not guaranteed. Our corporates also don't always offer them every year. So it is something that you would be taking a risk to apply for. And especially, unfortunately, in these times at the moment, like with what's happening with the pandemic, we've seen a lot less bursary offerings. So you do need to probably also just discuss payment options with things like taking a loan from a bank. There is if you look on our website, there are payment options on the application form. I can give you the overall figure for the year. I don't have the payment options here in front of me, but the course fee for next year is 76,000 Rand. And there are payment options, so you can do it in installments, and there's different kinds of installment options. So you just need to go have a look at the back of the application form. All that information is there. Okay, let me send you my email address, ada.ac.za. Here we go. Cool. I think, let me just make sure there's another, okay, that's a thank you message. You're more than welcome. Anything else in here? I don't think I've missed anything. Okay, anything else you guys want to talk about? I know these things can be a little bit awkward. It's a lot nicer to talk to someone face to face. But yeah, so hopefully, there is also a really cool company. I just have to remember their name. So I'm just doing a quick Google search here. I heard about them the other day. They are called Hero something. I think they also might be attached to Student Hero. Here we go, Student Hero. Let me just grab their email address for you. I mean, their website address. So Student Hero are also a great company. That what they do is they will try and also help you find help you get a loan from a bank, or they will help you try and find or tap into other bursary and scholarship options that are out there. Because obviously there is a whole bunch of them. A lot of them are also offered by the government. So there are options. But I find that these guys are the best way. They know all of the options that are out there, what scholarships you can apply for, etc., and what bursaries are available to you. So here is their website address, and that could be also another option, hopefully, to help you out. Okay, so well, hopefully one day we will see each other, and feel free to email me at any point. I can answer any questions that might come up later on. And then also if you want to try, crossing fingers, after Sunday, we can try and make a one-on-one campus tours available, and then you can come and check out the campus and get a real sense of what is going on here. But really, if you want to keep in touch with us and abreast with what we're doing, the Instagram is probably the best place to do it. We set up stories all the time, and we show all this current student work. And so anything that's happening here and now is on there. So you can always go check that out. One other note, I don't think we mentioned this in the bigger presentation, is currently at the moment we don't know the start date for 2022. We normally start our courses around about the 1st of February. But again, we will obviously need to see what happens with matrics and writing and results and obviously the pandemic in general. But that's unfortunately something we can't answer just as yet. But just keep that in mind that usually we start in about February. Applications start closing in November. And anything scholarship or bursary related, you want to get in as soon as possible. November is a cutoff for those. Cool. I think it looks like a really beautiful day outside. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Enjoy the sunshine if you're in Cape Town. Try and stay in the sun because it's freezing in the shade. And if, yeah, like I said, contact me if you need anything, but otherwise I hope you have a beautiful day. And it was really nice to chat to you guys and see you soon, I hope.